Often it's not possible to complete a piece of wet felt in one day. And obviously, if you are working on bigger projects, of course, this is not going to be possible. But as a beginner, people are often anxious about whether they can leave their felt and come back to finish it on another day. So the answer is yes. Felt is very, very forgiving. So, what I like to do if I am going to leave a piece of felt, I prefer to have it wet and soaped before I leave it. So, if I'm laying out a piece, I will maybe lay out the first layer of a big piece, let's say a wall hanging. I will wet that, I will net that, I will add my soap, and then I will reposition my top layer of bubble wrap back on top of the fiber once I've taken the net off. And I would just leave that sitting on my felting tables, because if it's a large piece, it might be laid out over 3 tables, not one. I will leave that sitting on my tables until I'm ready to go back to it. And it's important to realize that there will be no detrimental effect to the final outcome of your pieces, providing you are careful. So when I would go back to a piece of felt the next day, maybe a day later, in the case of one bag, I left it for 6 months before I went back to it. It may have changed colour slightly if you've left it for months on end and you started with white wool, but there will be no problem going back to it. So lift your top piece of bubble wrap off, just put the tip of your finger down and feel what the fibre is like. Is it very wet? Is it very dry? Etc., etc. So if it's just damp and I'm laying more layers of wool, I just continue to go ahead. But let's say you had actually started felting your piece and then you decided to leave it because you were getting tired. In that case, you may need to add some more warm water to your piece. I'm going to leave that up to you, but all you would do is you would peel off the top layer of bubble wrap, you would check if it had dried out a little bit. More likely, this is going to happen in a hot climate, not in Ireland. But if it had dried out a little bit, just add some more warm water and put the bubble wrap back on and continue the process. So there is no problem at any stage stopping the felting process and then returning to it on another occasion. Great news for all of us who are tight for time.